Hey there, have you ever wondered if religion might actually be blocking your spiritual growth? We often hear that God is everywhere. But have you truly experienced it? Or do you simply accept a borrowed belief that you haven't yet actualized through your own experiences? Join me on a unique journey where you'll find answers and unlock your own spiritual potential. When a youth asks, "Where is God?" we naturally answer what we've been hearing: God is everywhere. But when the youth asks, "Do you experience it, my dear father?" the father starts scratching his head and says, "Not yet, my boy, I'm still learning." The curiosity of such young minds, constantly looking for guidance, dies down very fast from their hearts. Guidance may be in words, but it must ultimately lead to an experience. If someone says, "Oh, God is there, can I experience godly presence?" Unfortunately, people have misunderstood and unfortunately use these two terms interchangeably. But it's very wrong. Religion, as it is today, separates and divides us. All monotheistic religions say, "We are the best," right? Christianity, Islam, Judaism, each one says, "We are better than the others." Hinduism is polytheistic, it accepts all. But there is a premature acceptance. Why? Because we are taught from the beginning that God is everywhere. God is in everything. So we worship trees, we worship mountains, we worship sky. Nothing wrong, but it is premature because it's a belief which we borrow, which is not yet actualized through our own experiences. So how do we truly experience the presence of the Creator? Meditation helps us dive deeper into ourselves. And not just any type of meditation. You know, there are meditations and meditations. There are ways of focusing on breath. There are people who focus on light outside like a lamp or a candle. Some people focus on sounds they hear, some people focus on some asanas. But ultimately, it is all about experiencing feeling. Are you going to feel here? No. Are you going to feel things in your stomach? No. You have to feel the presence only in the heart. You can feel only there. Nowhere else. So we meditate on the presence of the divine source, which is there in everyone's heart. The second element of this heartfulness practice is the aid of transmission, Pranahuti. Aided meditation transports you into a superconscious state instantly. And as I always say, please don't believe my words. Experience it. And how long does it take? Not much. Maybe 2 or 3 sessions. And you'll start feeling those inner resources, or sources, we already have. And with the help of this Pranahuti, meditation becomes so much of a joy. Otherwise, when you do it on your own without the help of this Pranahuti, what happens? You are stormed by so many thoughts. And after some time you lose interest. Even though you have interest, because you're not able to dive deeper within yourself. You are always on the surface. So you need something like these prosthetics that can propel our consciousness to a higher and higher level that will entice us to meditate regularly. Otherwise, we give up very fast. Here, we offer this. And this is possible only when masters of caliber who are connected with the Absolute, with the Source. They can draw it and transmit it, and we all feel it. And slowly, over a period of time, you'll see the beauty of the soul glowing, unfolding in front of your eyes. Within a year, 2 years, 3 years of dedicated practice, you'll see a drastic change in your lifestyle altogether. Take it as a scientific experiment. And whom are you doing this experiment on? Myself. I am the experiment. I am the experimental. I'm the experience itself, and I'm the result of that experience. When I experience it myself, do I need a proof outside? No. And when I feel the presence of the Lord in my heart, do I have to look for Him outside? From the moment we are born until we die, that almighty soul is within us from very early childhood. I think most of us, almost all of us in India have seen gods and goddesses displayed in various photographs. Lord Shiva meditating, Lord Rama meditating, Lord Krishna in his yoga form, he's meditating. What are they meditating upon? Do we ask such questions? Or are they maintaining silence? Even a child of 5 years, you ask a question. Do you believe in God? The child would say, "Yes, I believe in God." You ask an 80-year-old man, "Do you believe in God?" "Yes, I believe in God. I fear God." These are the typical answers we get from whomever we interact with in our society. But when you ask a profound question, I agree that God is there. But have you experienced His presence? Then we start scratching our head. Then there will be a long pause for the answer. Belief in the presence of God is good. Knowledge is good. But once we experience it, the belief has a value, that knowledge has a value. Without experience, belief and knowledge remain hollow. We had done some experiments and compared the results with one of the most advanced scientific research done at Harvard, where they had collected Buddhist monks who had earlier meditated for many, many years. On their aggregate, they must have accumulated 20,000, 15,000, 25,000 hours of meditation. Now, when they put an electroencephalograph on their head, a lot of probes to measure what is going on in their mind during meditation, they would arrive at a state of samadhi-like state after about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. When in heartfulness, we are able to get into that state. In the very first session of meditation, most people arrive at such a comfortable state in their heart within a very, very, very short time. And I say most people, I would say 99% of people attain or experience a very high level of lightness in their heart in the very first session. Whether you're a believer of God or not, whether you believe in meditation or not, as long as you're slightly open-hearted and say, let me experience this, what's happening with this Pranahuti, then magical things can happen. Now, what is success in spirituality? It is defined in many ways. You see the spiritual literature of our country, spiritual literature of Islam, spiritual literature of Judaism and Christianity, they all describe the ultimate states in their own way. And most of them describe it as the hereafter. But who has seen the hereafter? If KPMG sells you, Mr. It's all the way your raise, your salary will be in your next birth, will you work with KPMG? So the reward of my actions, it has to be immediate and now. There are some immediate impacts and there are some impacts which take years, maybe 10 years, 15 years. Same thing happens in the business world also. We have our monthly salaries, and if you are loyal to the company, faithful to our company, then after 10, 15 years, you also get rewarded, or you become a partner, you get a bigger package. So, the immediate reward of meditation is that you arrive at a state where you are very, very happy. You feel peaceful. You enjoy this peace that you have never enjoyed before. After each successful meditation, you'll feel extremely peaceful. It becomes our nature. Then see and let it unfold at its own pace. Day after day, when we meditate, and day after day, as many dimensions unfold within us. I think the journey, this inner, spiritual journey, becomes very adventurous and exciting actually. Then nothing in this world can be comparable to such experiences. Even though you may try to write down in your notebooks, the words will fail. But it's okay, what matters is now I'm experiencing all these things. The literature, all these religions talk about the outcome of each penance or exercise of a spiritual nature. All those descriptions will be left behind. And you'll say, how come these authors did not write all these things? How can they write if I, as myself experiencing all this, cannot write? How can they write? They are also human beings. That's why Upanishads and Vedas, you know, they start with a lot of positivity that this happens and that happens. You feel peaceful, you go into samadhi, and all kinds of consciousness are described, you know, in Yogic Shastras. But in the end, what do all of them say? All Vedas, in the end, they say, neti neti, meaning that that state is such a lofty state that when someone asks, how is that state? Can you describe it? They say, there is nothing in this world that I can say is comparable. That's why they say, not this, I cannot compare it with a bird, I cannot compare it with this. Not this, not this, not this. Nothing in the world that can be compared with such a consciousness. And that's what we are aiming for in our journey. While the mind wanders to the past and future, life quietly unfolds in the now. We need to learn more about spiritual life in religions, not to differentiate, but to find common ground, the paths leading to enlightenment. Many ancient spiritual traditions spoke of a golden age, when humans lived in peace and harmony with the divine. Are we entering such a period? Finally, place your trust in the Creator and patiently wait. He will return to help the human soul. His return is not a singular event, but a continuous process, a collective awakening of consciousness. As we practice meditation, expand our hearts, and live a conscious life, we are contributing to that return, to building a world where love, compassion, and understanding reign. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Pure Mind Think channel, so you don't miss out on other fascinating content about spiritual growth. See you in the next video.